Okay, this is John from Clock Repairs Merseyside. I just thought I'll do a quick video on my pens that I mentioned I was getting. You know, the paint pens I was mentioning to you. I've just received them, and you know what? I'm impressed. I'm impressed with them. I got them on eBay. They're made by Jeff Niob paint marker pen. They're like you sort of squeeze them. They start off with a white nib. This is like 0.7. They start off with like a white nib, and then you squeeze it and the paint comes out, and you know, it just looks like paint. I mean, I'm quite impressed. I mean, obviously this is not the, you know, I'm gonna obviously just show you to test this. I'm gonna I thought it'd be best doing this way so that you can have a look. So say for instance we started off with, say, the 3 o'clock point here. I'll zoom straight in for you just so you can, you know, you can actually see this thing. Right, so this is the pen. This is what they look like. They just look like a pretty conventional you know, marker pen, but you know, I'm really impressed with them. I mean, obviously I'm going to be rubbing this dial down again, so this is, I'm just going to do this part just to show you what they are. But you know, my first impressions up to now, I'm quite impressed. So we'll get that right in the middle there. So basically what you're doing is you're applying pressure down, and it sort of releases the ink. And at first they look like they're running and stuff, but you know, I mean, obviously by the time it's being sanded down there'll be a bit of a key, but obviously I don't think you want to make too much of a key, because you know, it might show through or something, I don't know. But you know, my first impressions are, you know, it's working quite well. I mean, I think we can do a job of this, really. I think a little bit of carefulness. I'm doing it this way because I'll probably, being honest with you, want to put it under me scope and do it. So, you know, I get right in the lines and things. So I don't know. I'm just going along the line now. I don't know how that's going to fare. I mean, maybe you're best going along the line. But I bought a pack of them and they were about £9, I think. And being honest with you, I'm quite impressed. I think they'll do a good job. I mean, you tend to get a bit of inconsistency with the marker pen stuff, you know, Indian ink. You get quite a, well, I've found you tend to get a bit of inconsistency. But if we, now obviously I'm going to scrape most of the loose paint off, but I think, in all honesty, I think it's a, you know, I think it doesn't seem to be, it seems to be quite easy, and you know, I think it might be the way to go. Me sort of first thoughts as well are, I'm not going to go too mad on this because in case I've got to get stuff off, but I think what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to obviously let it dry and then go, you know, go over it, touch it up like you'd probably have to do anyway, really. I don't know how it would work with a painted dial. Now, my thoughts on that are that it could, you know, because it's completely flat. Now this is sort of, obviously this has been engraved, if you like. It's been engraved out, and so you've actually got somewhere for the paint to sort of gather, and it'll, as long as you don't go too crazy, it's not going to go over the top and go on the dial. Now, whether that would work on a painted dial, now you're probably shouting now, well, we can mash that part off and we can do that and we can do this, and you know, I understand that, but if you're dealing with a dial and it's you know, it's an old dial, I mean, you could pull the masking tape off and create other problems, if you know what I'm saying. So I'm not 100% certain yet with this. And the other thing as well, if you sort of don't get right to the edges and things like that, you will see inconsistencies. But there again, I mean, you know, you've got to say to yourself, I mean, when do you ever see a painted dial where the numerals are totally perfect? I mean, they're not, are they? I mean, not very often, unless they've been redone. But you know, but anyway, there's the fit. I mean, there's the three pretty much done. I mean, obviously we're going to be, I mean, if you could do this, you could do it sort of this way to fill in, you know, the little dot effect. And if you go along the line, and as you're going along, just give it a press. That seems to be doing the trick, but I'm a bit concerned because I don't want to go out of the numerals, because I don't know how easy this will be to get off. I mean, I would imagine it's like everything else, you just, but you know, that doesn't look, a little bit of a press seems to be the man. But you know, overall, I'm quite impressed with that. I'm quite impressed. I mean, I've actually bought something that just went over the edge a little bit there. Bought something that actually of modern design that actually works. I mean, how many things do you buy and they says it can do this and it can do that, and it you know, there's no way on this earth it can do anything of the kind. A little bit there just to see. I'm just testing, but you know, wonder how permanent it really is. I mean, it's going to make light work of this, isn't it? Let's face facts, it's going to make really light work of this. I mean, that's great for me. I'm just, as I say, I prefer obviously to scrape all the paint out and do it properly like that. But you know, and it's like a fibre, they've got like a fibre tip on them, you know, they're like it well, you know, a fibre tip. But there's that there. Now obviously it's got to dry, but I don't know whether, just having a look at it at the light. I mean, I don't know whether it may dry more matte. I don't know. But we'll see. I mean, I think what I'm gonna do, being honest with you, I'll zoom that in a little bit more for you, just so you can see. That's about as much as I can get with that. But overall, I don't think it's going to be too bad. I don't think it's going to be too bad. I think, yeah, I'm quite impressed with that. So yeah, I think that's certainly the way to go on this type of dial. And you know, maybe for the odd touch up, you know, the time when there's a tiny bit of the elephant wax missing, maybe this would be the better way to go than the pen, you know, permanent marker situation. I mean, I know a lot of people have great success with all that, but yeah, I mean, that's pretty good. But as I say, my next move now, I've done 1 or 2 numerals. I'm gonna give it a good rub down again, a polish, and then do the silvering, and then I'm gonna work on it. What I might actually do, to be straight, is I'm gonna rub this down in the areas where I've actually used this pen, and I'm gonna see what it looks like. I'm gonna see does it fit better, you know, because you know elephant wax has got like a more of a matte finish on it. I'd prefer it to be a matte finish, if I'm honest. So maybe if we just take the top off, you know, it'll work much better. It'll look more natural. It'll look, you know, because I want to try and stay away from the fact of it being, you know, gloss. I want to try and keep it as good as I can. But I mean, maybe actually, to be honest with you, I might look at the pens again and see if there's a matte black paint pen. But I'll just hold this pen up to the light for you, just so you can see. Where are we? It's very difficult to see the name on it because... oh yeah, you know what? I'll get the box. That's the best idea. Right. Yeah. So, there they are. Marks on anything, water-based, pigment ink, strong covering, force, sunproof and waterproof acrylic paint. There's the name at the top there. They're a 6-pack, extra fine tip, 0.7. That seems to be the thing to go. And there's 6 in them pack, and they're about £8.99, I think it was. I got them from Amazon. Obviously made in China. Actually something that works from China. So there's the instructions. Pretty basic stuff, but yeah, you know, really impressed with that. You know, absolutely, as you can tell, I'm impressed with that. You can tell I'm getting excited. Get excited over simple things, really. But yeah, you know, but they you know, I can highly, up to now, recommend them. I mean, I will keep you posted. Obviously we'll be doing a few videos on this dial, just to show you how it goes. But I think here I've got to scrape out the old paint looking at it, because there's a bit of a roughness. But I know obviously from a distant point of view, you're never going to see that. I know that for a fact. I'm just wondering, we go along the edges, yeah. But yeah, you know what, I think that's going to be well passable myself personally, once it's silvered and it looks okay. I mean I'm just not 100% happy with the shine on it, so I'm wondering how that's going to fare up. Yeah, you see, I've just went over one there, and it's literally still wet. But yeah, you know, where are we? Just get a cloth. Yeah, it rubs off a bit. Yeah, it most definitely is a paint. Yeah, I think we can certainly dress that up and get it to look a little bit. But I'm gonna leave that till tomorrow. I'm gonna see what it dries. Sorry, I'll take a shot. I'm gonna leave that till tomorrow. I'm gonna see how it dries. But you know, you can see some of the bad finish here. You know, where the old paint is. So I think the way to go, most definitely, is to get the old paint off. But to be honest with you, by the time it's sanded down and stuff, I think it'll So the other thing about it is that obviously you're gonna have to go over it with like a real smooth sandpaper, because you don't want to make too much of a key. I mean, a lot of elephant wax stuff, you see there's a key underneath the lettering, underneath the numerals. There's a key for the elephant wax to stick into. I don't think I'm going to key this. I'm going to keep it very smooth so that it's a nice finish, and hopefully it'll tone down a little bit with the thing. But if we zoom out a bit, I mean, I pretty much think that's presentable. I might actually do two videos on it. What I might do is I might sand it all off this area. I might get the old numerals out, do it all, and then let it dry for a good day, and then I might just give it a really light sand over with, say, something like 3000, just to you know, take the top off the numerals, and just to make it look, you know, look really, or blend it all in so it looks great. What to do anyway? I'm sure I'll figure something out. I mean, it'd be a bit of a trial and error thing, so there might be quite a few videos on this one, but you know, I'm doing it so that you know, everyone sees, you know, how it goes, rather than just show you. Sometimes, unfortunately, I have to show you the finished product straight away because I just haven't got the time. But you know, I'd like to. I've got a bit of time with this one, so I can do this in between what I'm doing, and then we can do a couple of videos, and it'll just give people ideas of what's happening. But yeah, quite impressed up to now. So let's hope they sort of dry off a little bit flat. Probably gonna sand, see how they fare up to a bit of sanding. Yeah, okay. Anyway, this is John from Clock Repairs Merseyside. If you like my videos, I'm getting quite a following now. We've got about 7,000 subscribers now. So if you like my videos, please give me a like and subscribe, and then you'll always and hit the bell and stuff, and you'll always get a heads up on the videos. I've got quite, as I said the other day, we've got quite a few things to be getting on with now, so we're probably going to lock up for Christmas soon, and we're going to go from there then. So hopefully I'll get a bit of breathing space, I'll know where I'm at, and I'll be able to sort of set a bit of time aside and do some interesting videos and of how we're doing things. And as I say, it's always good for the customers. I tell all my customers, you know, your clock may be star of the show. And we go from there. So this is John from Clock Repairs Merseyside. Have a great evening. Thank you.